One shot. Got your blood, mommy head. Get you warm, I'm a red. Mommy found my body strong. Got over my tail. Got your blood, daddy said. Get you warm, I'm a red. Drive that beat for freaking tough. Got a million left to.
Okay. Locus, drummer, Blanket of M.
I'm Joey. I play guitar and project my voice loudly. Blanket of M.
What's up? I'm Robo. I play the mandolin. I mean, the bass.
So, I guess just in y'all's own words, what would y'all say the band is about?
Punk fucking rock.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Rock and roll.
rock and roll. Yeah, melodic punk rock.
Yeah. Harmonious punk rock and roll.
Yeah, there you go.
There
Yeah,
we go.
harmonious.
We'll
Yeah.
put that in the description.
This is harmonious. This
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
thing we got going on here is super harmonious.
Harmonious.
It's like a
We don't
great,
It's like oil and water.
like a
baby, it
great
works.
marriage.
Don't call us. Only done it 4 times today. Now you're right in the left. I'll be something like a 10-pound lead. Call us what you will. You can't talk for help. Now from the bottom, drag you from the street. Slow you shit, you killing free. Call us what you will. You can't talk for help. Sweet and covered, hard to say.
what we have going now took off in late 21. We got a show offer, but I didn't have a rhythm section, and I asked Locus if he'd be interested. He's done a bunch of stuff with a lot of bands, so I didn't figure he would be interested because his bands went on tour internationally and records and all this stuff. Even though we've been friends for 30 years, friendship and music business kind of. Yeah, we've been friends off and on. But no, I said, hey, I got an offer to play this show. Would you be willing to do it? And he said, yeah. And that was in late 21. Probably October we got together and started jamming, and in November we did the gig.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out like what internationally touring bands.
Oh, whatever. It's not that important. But it's all stuff in the past. Most of it based out of California, out of Oakland, California.
Okay.
So.
Were you in the Aquabats?
No Aquabats, and a lot of it,
you ever heard of a little band called Grand Funk Railroad? No, he wasn't. He wasn't in Grand. He was not in Grand Funk.
No, I was not in Grand Funk Railroad or the Eagles. As much as everybody, it's like we're living in the same area. No, I was in a band called I Will Kill You Fucker for a long time. Another band called Lid Toker. You can beep that out with the IWKYF, whatever, yeah. Both of those brands, another band called Wee Peavers, a band called Lecherous Gaze that I was in for a while.
What about Meow?
A band called Meow that was a lot of stayed local, but a few of them went around Europe or the States, and yeah, so years ago.
Okay, well, what about our non-internationally touring side? What's y'all's experience?
Well, he was in System while we were doing this. He was playing guitar for System. I was playing guitar for Anthrax.
Yeah.
Apparently,
and so y'all formed a supergroup.
Yeah.
Like, we were trying to get on some of that Probot money.
Kind of like Chickenfoot. Was that what it was called?
Chickenfoot. Yeah. Nah, well, I was just playing. I would play off and on here and there with bands. Just nothing that, we do local shows, do a little recording, nothing much. But then I was always going back and forth with wrestling because I worked in the wrestling business. Okay. So it was easier for me to do that if I didn't have a rhythm section or didn't have anybody to play with. I could go do wrestling by myself. So that took up a lot of my time. And Bobo here, I don't know, what are you doing?
I mean, I've done some just solo stuff here and there, but nothing too crazy. This is kind of my first foray into the world of music.
Yeah, he hit the ground running too.
Yeah.
He hit the ground running.
Yeah, because there was a bass shortage here in this neck of the woods. Or actually, a lot of people that play bass but don't want to play shows or put in any work or practice. That seems to be like the East Texas curse.
When we fired up in late 21, our friend Brian was playing with us. And Brian had some personal stuff he had to deal with. So, it took precedence over the band. We understand that. And he had to take care of that. And we had a fill-in guy for a couple shows that we already had booked. Because we had just got the band up and running again. And we had these shows booked, and then we were going to just have to call up and say, hey, we can't make these shows. So we had a couple of fill-in guys that helped us out whilst we were getting Robert. Because I had asked Robert before if he wanted to jam with us. He just blew me off. And then finally,
I had a girlfriend at the time.
And then once he answered me, I was like, "Oh, he's single, baby."
Yeah, then she dumped me.
So then. But if she had only stuck around until you started playing with the Mount Binky boys, then she
probably
surprised she hasn't come crawling back. Oh, you think she was quicker? Yeah. But no, we had people helping us out, filling in, and then we finally convinced him, which. Again, he hit the ground running because a lot of the bands in the area, they don't work a lot, which, it is what it is, but they don't work a lot. So he was thinking, hey, we're going to play once every 2 months or whatever. And then he joined the band. I was like, here's the show list.
Yeah, here's the itinerary.
6 shows a month? What?
Yeah. That's a good one. No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
like musical influences on your style?
They're pretty vast for me. They always joke that I don't like anything before 1974 or something like that. But
After 74.
after
If
74.
it came after 74, he's not into it.
But I like a lot of stuff. It's mostly, I've been into punk rock since I was little. My introduction to punk was really Subhumans and Sex Pistols and The Damned. Most of the English stuff, I really didn't get into the American punk scene until I was like 13, 14, just out of exposure. It's like the first stuff I got that was punk was I was living in Malaysia, and a friend of mine's brother was going back and forth to the UK, and he was a punk.
Yeah.
And so he made me some tapes because he
Tape
saw
Train
that I was
game
like
was strong.
listening to, what was it, Rainbow and ZZ Top. But I was like,
That's awesome.
Rainbow's awesome.
I
awesome.
was 8 years old, so it was like I had a limited amount of tapes, and in Malaysia there's no copyright, so I could go to the marketplace, and if I liked a logo, I could tell them, hey,
You
put
have
that
a-
on a tape.
yeah.
So they would make compilations for you at the flea market if you went and you looked through their book, and it was
Yeah.
like Loudness, Judas Priest, Deep Purple, Iron Maiden, all of the different. Every logo got me when I was 8 before punk came around. It was like, ooh,
That logo
oh,
looks
Blue
sweet.
Oyster Cult, or this, or things that just spoke to me. And then that particular gentleman saw that I was listening to like hard rock and was like, oh, I'll make you a couple tapes. So he made me a tape with Subhumans on it. I didn't know at the time, but it had Crass on it as well, and just all these UK kind of spiky hair, fast, aggressive, somewhat political punk, and then it just went from there up through the 70s. I like all of the British punk from like 69, 70, Pretty Things. I call them punk, other dudes call them rock and roll, but they're
It's the
Hawkwind.
precursor.
Yeah, it's like the
garage
precursor,
rock kinda.
and also just not even. There's a lot of rock resurgence from the late '60s, early '70s that it's like rock and R&B, but it's hard rock without the pretense. So
Yeah.
Dr. Feelgood,
Dr. Feelgood, yeah.
bands like that, they call pub rock Slade, the
Very
Sweet.
good. The Sweet.
Yeah, all of those
Yes.
bands I've grown to love, and even when I was a kid, I didn't know who sang that song, but I liked that song, where
Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah, come on, feel the noise, and then when I was in my teenage years, it's like, oh yeah, Slade's got a lot more songs than that. That
Yeah.
are way better and kind of, all you got to do is YouTube Slade live in 74.
Yeah.
Enough said. Same with like Humble Pie in 70 or 71. Just not playing no artificial thing. And that's kind of
Straight
where
up.
I'm coming from.
Yeah,
and Pure Hell,
Oh, yeah.
New York
Oh,
Dolls,
Ah, it's good stuff,
Dead
man.
Boys, all of the kind of seedier stuff is
Yeah.
like, and rock based. It's like rock and roll based as opposed to what somebody's idea of rock is. You don't listen to like Dr. Feelgood or what, and some of these bands without coming away going, oh yeah, that's a rocking band. That's a band that knows rhythm and blues, rock and roll, and kind of not taking any prisoners. Like they might have a couple of slow jams in there to keep it like catch their breath or whatever, but the rest of it's kind of let's get with it. People are trying to dance, people are trying to have fun, people are trying to get sweaty and
yeah.
go on their day,
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
So,
it in.
I mean, he just likes Pennywise and Lagwagon.
That's it. 100%. That is my whole musical basis. Mom was Rick James, Prince,
Same
Michael
with my
Jackson.
mom.
She
Yeah.
was into that, so I
Yeah.
got that from her. Pops would listen to music, but he only really listened to music when he was drunk. But luckily, he was drunk all the time. So you would hear
A lot of music.
You would hear Gene Vincent. You would hear George Jones. You would hear He listened to a little bit of Sabbath. He listened to Buddy Holly. I listened to a lot of Hank Williams Sr. because of my father. I still listen. I still love Hank Sr. And then just my cousins. I had a couple cousins who were significantly older than me. One was 8 years older than me, and the other one was 12 years older than me, something like that. And they were into. Stanley was into the first Ozzy because it was a long time ago. The first Ozzy had come out. He was into that. He was into Kiss. He was into all that. So he had me listening to that. But we were from Norfolk, Virginia. So Brian knew about DC. So he knew Minor Threat, and he knew. And it's not like I'm saying that when I was 8 years old, I was into the Bad Brains, but he would hook me up with stuff too, like the tapes.
Yeah.
Hey, he's like, "Oh, Stanley's got you listening to that trash. Listen to this," and I didn't know what half of it was. I still don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some of Minor Threat, of course, and stuff, but I don't know what all was on those tapes. But I'm imagining like DOA and all the bands that you could get a hold of back then.
Yeah.
And and then now it's just rock and roll or whatever. Anything from Tiny Tim or the Ghetto Boys or whatever. Okay, dead part of the house.
Get along to the music box that's been lost for 30 years. Voices of flowers, they're ringing in my ear. Late night in a nursery light and it shines so bright and clear. Never going back to Denver. It's happier here. The dead part of love. Some of weeping children have amplified our fear. Not ghosts, souls we hold in the dolls that we keep near. Daddy shattered like a glass frame in mommy's death. Never going back to Denver. It's happier here. The dead part of love. Dead part of love.
I think people underestimate Kiss because, like him saying Kiss, I kind of take it for granted. But I had a cousin named Stacy.
I can't
that
stand him.
He was
Yes.
he was a gigantic fan, and he was the first one. And he was a fan from when I was born. So I was born in '76. He was already a huge fan. So by the time I was like 5 or 6, his whole room in the trailer was just Kiss from top to bottom. Like the entire thing was Kiss posters, all the comics, the toys if he could get them, but he couldn't afford those. But all the records, and that's all he listened to.
Yeah.
So for a long time, I didn't even know it was Kiss, just because it was literally the only thing that Stacey Dwayne would put on a cassette. Like, oh, I'm putting the cassette on. It's going to be Rock and Roll Over, or
Yeah.
it's going to be Dress to Kill,
And that
or
album
Love
rules.
Gun, or whatever. He's listening to that, and that's it. He critiqued my aunt all the time for Led Zeppelin, because that's all she liked was ZZ Top. She saw him over 120 times now.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy. And Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Which, that's all she would listen to, though. She would, if somebody else put something else on, it was like, nah, put Tops back on. Oh yeah, when the Tops is
she
over,
was only ZZ Top and Led Zeppelin. He was only Kiss.
only Kiss.
That's awesome.
And my uncle wasn't like that. But yeah, spending time with them, I always underestimate Kiss's effect on that rock and roll gene that hit me. Because it was there in the background, and I kind of take it for granted that it was there. because it's part of the landscape. It's kind of like being out here and dudes go, well, yeah, I like Charlie McCoy. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
but he's from here, and dudes kind of take him for granted. He's good.
Well, it's like how many years did we take the Ramones for granted?
Yeah, 100%.
And they went away, and you're like, oh man.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think that's part of it. You start. If it's the soundtrack of your life, it kind of jack moves you a little bit because you think everybody else is there. So whenever we do expose people to other stuff, they're like, "Where'd you hear this?" And it's like,
Throws people
"Oh, I've
for
been
a loop.
listening to this." It's like that band Pure Hell. I didn't hear them till maybe about 15, 20 years ago. But they're an amazing band. They just didn't get
Everybody
the
should
push
check 'em
that
out.
everybody else got. And I guess that's kind of where they're talking about that 74 or prior, post
Definitely.
74.
You don't listen to
It's
anything.
like I listen to a lot of stuff that I know didn't get the push and also wasn't everybody's friend. Because the amount of ass kissing that goes into playing music is staggering.
It's terrible.
Dude. It is terrible. And you can see it happening when people think that they can get an advantage by, oh, great set, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, we just played with them and saw that set. Not the greatest. They probably could go back and work a little bit, you know? But to think, oh, the next step. Oh, they're my next step. It's like, ugh.
It's like all those bands, like we talk about Manila Road and Black Oak, Arkansas,
Mm-hmm.
and all these tremendous bands that aren't on people's list. And you're like, nah, man, there's so much stuff you're missing out on.
And it's not everybody's friend. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing, is everybody's so desperate to be friendly, and music doesn't have to be friendly.
Yeah.
Do you think Hank Williams sat and talked to everybody he didn't know? No.
Nah.
He got in the Cadillac and went. He
Yeah.
wasn't everybody's friend. He definitely was his family's friend, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure he said thank you in different spots, but there's like a whole other aspect where it's like, no, you have to earn that. People can't sing about being brokenhearted and being believable without having a broken heart.
Okay. You know that one?
Seeing it cool of the car crash on back road. 3:39. God damn, I declare my demons. They're riding shotgun tonight. Thrown in the pitch black through Mormon dealers. Real to deny. Fighting the urge on the verge of revealing what can no longer hide. Oh, I love how you bleed, and the sweet sound of dread, but it's getting harder. Keep it bottled up inside. Seen it cool up the car crash on back road. 3:39. God damn, I declare my demons. They're riding shotgun tonight. Oh, I love how you blink. That's the sweet sound of dread. But it's getting harder. Keep it bottled. It's so much harder. Keep it bottled. You're bottled. My bad, dog. My bad. That was my bad. I'm serious. I was like, ah! I don't know. That was my bad. My bad. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was totally. I was, ah!
We'll cut that one.
Okay. I mean, it was my mess up. I just, ah! And that was it.
That's gonna be like the main thing that I advertise.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
I mean, I would have kept going and just played it off, but it was bad. If it wasn't being recorded, who gives a shit?
yeah. If it was just somewhere
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
fun in the sun, you'd be like, oh, hey, whoa.
Yeah, you know, like we were talking about when Hendrix would miss like he'd play a bad note, he'd be like, you know what I'm talking about, baby. He'd just go back.